Hi everyone, welcome back to Casual Watch Reviews. If you've been watching the live stream, you'll know that I recently visited Japan. This was my first time to Japan and we were amazed by the country, the culture and the people. We were lucky enough to visit a number of places, but we spent most of our time in Tokyo. One of my goals visiting Tokyo, even though this wasn't a work trip for the channel, I still wanted to make sure that I got hold of a JDM watch or a Japanese domestic model watch. I was actually lucky enough to get two watches that I think symbolized the trip very well. I got a modern watch, which we're looking at today, which symbolized the modern city of Tokyo. And I was lucky enough to get a vintage Grand Seiko, which symbolized the history and culture of Japan that we were privileged to experience in Kyoto and Odawa. And Odawa gave us the opportunity to get a little bit closer to Mount Fuji. Today, we are looking at that modern G-Shock I purchased. I'll cover the 1969 Grand Seiko in a later review. I also managed to visit the Seiko Museum, which I'll be doing a full review of, so subscribe to the channel if you're interested in seeing that video. This is a Japanese domestic model ICERC limited edition. I think of it as similar to Seiko's Save the Ocean because it has a tie-in with ocean conservation. This is the Japanese domestic model GA B2100K-9AJR. It's equipped with the Solar Quartz 5689 caliber, and as we've seen with the last few G-Shock reviews, this also features Casio's biomass technology for the case and strap. This Casio is a collaboration with Japan's International Dolphin and Whale Education Research Center. This was established in 1991 as a sister organization of International Cetacean Education Research Center, which is where the acronym on the side of this watch comes from. This organization focuses on education and conservation concerning dolphins, whales, and their natural habitat. The organization is managed by a volunteer staff and supported by membership fees from supporting members nationwide and donations from companies like Casio. I'm still personally undecided about how important a fully recyclable watch box is. Are they just a statement or a real change the industry needed to make? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, but this watch, I agree, probably benefits from having one to fit the theme. This box is fully recyclable. Even the ink they use to print the box is environmentally friendly. The box itself is gorgeous. The graphics, including the Love the Sea and Earth logo, look fantastic. It's a cardboard box, but doesn't feel cheap like the takeaway container we saw on the 40th anniversary G-Shock. They've done an excellent job here, and I can see how having a traditional box with foam and plastic components wouldn't have been the best look for a watch that's highlighting sea conservation. The case dimensions are a 45.4 case width, lug to lug of 48, but with the extra strap hangover, the extra bumper on the strap, it takes it to 57 millimeters. The watch is only 11.9 millimeters in thickness. On the wrist, the watch is very light and comfortable. The 2100 series watches have always been considered more wearable, maybe not so much as the squares, but they have the bigger G-Shock look with a more slender wearable case. The case and band are made from Casio's bio-based resin. We've discussed this before as being made from materials extracted from castor seed and corn. Check out my review of the 40th anniversary square to learn more about this material. The watch boasts 200 meters of water resistance and a mineral crystal. I won't harp on this again, but personally I believe they should be using sapphire on these models. After all, they use it on much cheaper Casio watches. One of the other great features is the Solar Quartz caliber 5689 can be charged from almost any light source and run for a few months or more in dark when fully charged. As a great addition, this watch also comes equipped with Bluetooth, and wow, does it work well. My first experience with Bluetooth on a G-Shock was the recent fitness model I reviewed, and I have to admit I was less than amazed, but this watch It's flawless. All you need to do is hold down the mode button until you see the connection, set the watch up, and you're good to go. With the Bluetooth connection, you can easily set the time, alarms, and there's even a cool feature that allows you to set a daily reminder. It's just a shame that you can't set a specific time for those reminders, especially if you wanted to use it as a calendar reminder or you needed to take medication at set intervals. You can also adjust the hands if they become misaligned and add a second time zone, and also adjust the countdown timer, as well as being able to see the watch's current solar charge. It's a simple interface but works very well. All the settings can be set without the app, but it's just much easier to use the smartphone app to set up this watch. This watch proved to be a very interesting travel companion as I navigated the subways of Tokyo and Osaka, and later the bullet trains as we went further afield. This was helped by the very light feel of the watch. You hardly feel it at all on the wrist, however it does stand out with that bright yellow strap. The bright yellow strap is an eye catcher and certainly makes a statement. I'm not sure how I feel about the gold buckle and tang. It matches the button, but gold and yellow have never been the best combination. Surprisingly, for a watch that does have a vibrant colour scheme with yellow text on the front of the case and the yellow strap with gold accents on the buttons and tang, but I do think they could have made the hands and indices a lot more legible. The lume on the hands in daylight looks almost greyish yellow. A white or green lume would have looked perfect, and the indices are blacked out also. They do have a small pop at gold at the top, but this is not lumed. All of this is a moot point when you action the backlight. The light on this model is fantastic. I'm struggling to capture it here on camera because of how bright it is. I have to say I'm very glad they didn't use a negative display on this model, although as is common with these models, the digital display can be a bit of an eye test at times. The addition of the whale for the mode selector is perfect for this collab. The combination with the wave pattern on the background of the selector gives the whale the appearance of being in water. There is a lot to like about this model and this collaboration, but in truth, I do think this is more of a collector's model, even though I hate saying that because I slated the Frogman 30th anniversary model when viewers commented that this was also a collector's model. At least this watch is a lot more legible than that 30th anniversary Frogman, with a backlight that doesn't completely obscure the time-telling displays. But with the band being yellow and the high level of detail that's printed on the strap and keeper, don't feel like this is a G-Shock I can bash about like a normal one, so it may stay in the box or I'll sell it on after this review. They also have a square and a Frogman version of this watch as well. I do like the look of the square watch and I did consider picking this one up as well, but as I've never owned any of the 2100 series before, that definitely swayed my decision here. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments section down below. As always, I appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel, I'd love it if you hit subscribed, and I'll see you next time on Casual Watch Reviews.